If you're having suicidal thoughts, talk to a doctor immediately and reach out to someone you trust. Do not stop taking your medication without consulting your doctor. I am not a doctor. In this video, I'm speaking from personal experience, and I believe experience and self-advocacy can teach a person much more about their health than a doctor can. By self-advocacy, I mean acting in your own best interest when it comes to your health. This may mean doing your own research, reading books, or watching videos to discover what works for you, instead of relying on doctors who don't care or don't show any genuine interest in your health. I have found that this is too often the case, but I am happy to say that I've finally found a doctor who respects and cares for me. Never stop your search for a competent doctor. This video is presenting my opinion only, informed by my experience, which may not be yours. The ideas I present are suggestions, and it is a good idea to further research my suggestions to find out if you think they're worth trying. Please do not stop your medication after watching this video. I take medication, yet I still have the belief that psychiatric medication can be dangerous when prescribed carelessly rather than treating overall health by looking at lifestyle factors and taking a more comprehensive approach. At times, medication must be used as a first resort and can save lives. For many people, medication is part of maintaining health. Once again, if you're having suicidal thoughts, talk to a doctor immediately and reach out to someone you trust. And if you take medication, do not stop taking it without consulting your doctor. Please watch the entire video to understand my full perspective on the topics of depression and anxiety. I hope this can help you. And in particular, the second half of the video is where I'm going to hopefully relax you with some ASMR, give you tips on how you can change your thinking a little bit to help you through this tough time. And the first half is more related to things maybe you can try out that are different from just deciding to take meds right off the bat. So this is, I guess, if your depression is a little bit more mild or a little bit more moderate, then maybe these suggestions might help you. And they're all quite benign suggestions, so none of it is really going to hurt you. Of course, do your own research before trying what I am suggesting. All right, thank you. Hello, I'm Klaire, and welcome back to my channel. With my videos, I really hope to help people either relax, get to sleep, or get through some hard things in their lives. And honestly, if I can just reach a couple people and help out with any of that, that makes me feel accomplished. So that is my goal. Today's video is dedicated to anyone who is feeling depressed, anyone who struggles with depression, even anxiety, and often they go hand in hand, depression and anxiety. I have struggled with depression myself, and if I can just share a little bit to help someone, give a bit of advice, maybe a couple tips, and make a bit of a difference, that means a lot to me. Obviously there's a lot of stigma around depression, and the only way to fight it is to talk about it. So that's what I want to do today. Talk about depression, anxiety, and that you will get through it. You will feel better. You will heal. I promise. So, a couple of things that I would really like to share. I will actually be doing some triggers too. There we go. I'll do some triggers too while I talk so that you can relax. And I'm bringing these back from the very first video I made, and these were my favorite. So here we go. Number one thing I want to say is doctors, family doctors. I feel like they just don't know what they're talking about so much of the time. And you can't rely on a doctor. You need to advocate for yourself and rely on yourself and get to the answers yourself, because doctors just so often don't really know what they're talking about. That's how I feel. Maybe that's not your experience, but that's
as well and get that checked and get that treated, and it might just be that might be all you need to regain your energy and feel better. But so often the family doctors will prescribe antidepressants as a quick fix, and in my opinion that's not the right first step. So I would say get your thyroid checked. If that's all good and you're still depressed, still feeling depressed, then you can work on taking certain vitamins. This has helped me, particularly taking a B complex, and for me personally, the B1 vitamin, B1, B1, B, B1, B1. Should I do the B this way? B1, B1 vitamin helped me get a bit of a lift, a bit of a boost. Helped me feel like there was a little bit of hope when I was depressed. So I take B1 every day. It was super key for me, and honestly, maybe that can help you. I hope it can. Additionally, look at your diet, because refined sugar, so that means like white sugar and anything that you can find that has added sugar to it, so like sweet yogurts or even juices are usually not the best sugars. And of course cakes, cookies, ice cream, all that stuff that you crave when you're depressed, right? You crave the comfort food, or maybe you just don't really eat at all when you're depressed. It depends on your depression, but it's unique to each person. But try to limit the sugar, and I've found that getting rid of gluten is so key. Gluten just makes me feel awful, to be honest. If I have it once a week, I'm fine, but as soon as I'm having it, 2-3 days in a row, I start to feel it, and it's crazy that gluten can be responsible for your mood in that way. This is, of course, if you have a gluten sensitivity. If you are not sensitive to gluten, then this won't make a difference, of course, but I do have a gluten sensitivity. I'm not celiac or anything like that. But I am sensitive to it, and it affects how I feel. My last little tip, I would say, is to take probiotics, and I find this to be very useful. It helps your gut to just be as healthy as possible with healthy bacteria, and your gut is connected to your brain. There's a lot of recent research showing that what you eat and your gut bacteria is directly related to your mood and your brain and how it functions. So I would say take a probiotic before bed. That's my recommendation there. Now, of course, this stuff may not work, and you might be at a point where you need to take antidepressants, and that's okay. No stigma. I just wish there wasn't stigma around this. And some people need antidepressants, and that's really what saves them, and it's wonderful that medicine can do that. I do think too often antidepressants are prescribed as a quick fix, which can be damaging. I think psych meds can be dangerous, but in a good number of cases they are necessary, and it can be part of being healthy to be taking medication, and you should never feel shame about taking medication. People take medications for all sorts of things, right? Not just mental illness, but all sorts of ailments in the body. Medications are required, so this is not something to be ashamed of. I absolutely love this trigger. socialize, and honestly just emotions that restrict you from being who you really are, your true self. But never forget that your true self is gonna come back. Your true self, your beautiful personality, your enthusiasm, your happiness, it's all there waiting on the other side, and you're almost there. And there may be moments when you lose hope, and sometimes that's the hardest part, losing hope and thinking you'll never feel better again. And I forgot to say, for anxiety, that can be debilitating, that can be complete hell. Discomfort and just a lack of wellness. So whether it's depression, anxiety, or whatever else it might be, you'll have those emotions. But if I could give any little tip about it, it would be to remember how brave you are, and just that can get you through. Remember how brave you are. Remember how brave you are. You're brave. You're strong. You're strong. You're stronger than you know. And that will become apparent when you get through this, because you'll look back and you'll say, I got through this. I have strength. I have strength I didn't know I had. And you'll look back and you'll be grateful that you healed. And you'll be grateful for your health and your well-being. And you will come out strong. You will come out with an appreciation that not everyone has, because not everyone is faced with these challenges. Know that you are brave. Know that you're strong. To me, that's one of the main things you can do in your mind, is tapping into your strength. The other part I wanted to say is reaching an acceptance of how you feel, and this can be one of the hardest things, to accept the pain and accept the unpleasant emotions and accept that you feel stuck. And having that acceptance, it helps dissolve the pain a little bit, not fully of course, but accepting your negative emotions, accepting your hardship, accepting the fact that you feel like you can't get out of this and you feel almost at a loss, but you remember you're brave, you remember you're strong, and you learn to accept how you feel. And when you accept it, it makes it just that tiny, 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 tiny bit easier. Accept how you feel. Accept how you feel. Don't push it away. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't think to yourself, I should be better. I shouldn't feel this way. I should be doing this or that. Accept and do what you're capable of, and that's the best you can do. That's the best you can do. That's the best you can do. The best, the best, the best you can do, and you can only do support each other, and by talking about it, hopefully we can destigmatize, and we can encourage empathy, we can encourage compassion, we can encourage building support systems. And as I was saying, I encourage that you self-advocate. Look at your overall health, look at your thyroid, take your B complex, take your B1, restrict the sugar that you intake. Fruits are fine though, but the added sugars, and maybe you have a sensitivity to gluten, you could try eliminating it. Take your probiotics. To me, these are some really important steps that so many doctors don't talk about, and instead they just prescribe an antidepressant, but there could be underlying factors, and your depression might be circumstantial. Maybe you're going through something, maybe something has happened in your life that's really affecting you. Your depression could be more genetic, or it runs in your family, and so inevitably, you struggle with it because it is running in your family. And whether it's circumstantial, whether it's genetic, whether it's mild or severe, we all come together. We all hopefully support each other and show the world that we don't need to be stigmatized for this. It's just part of finding health, treating illness, and finding our health eventually coming back to a place where we feel well, where we feel joy, and those are the emotions that you are, and that is who you are, and you will get there. Don't let yourself be defined by depression or anxiety. You are not defined by that. That is not you. That is not you. You are not your depression. You are not your anxiety. You are not your depression. You are not your anxiety. You are beautiful. You are strong, and you are brave. You will get through this, and you're doing what you're capable of doing, and you're accepting that you're going through pain, and then by accepting it, you're just dissolving it just a little bit, and it feels a little bit better. You're accepting that you're struggling, and hopefully, if you can, just reach out to your loved ones, and they'll be there for you. And watch ASMR videos if they relax you. Maybe they distract you. And if they relax and distract you, you can feel better for a little bit, a bit of relief. Watch an ASMR video for a bit of relief. A bit of relief. When I was depressed, that's what I did. I watched ASMR every night to help me go to sleep, help me, be distracted a little bit from how I felt, and that can be helpful. And remember, if you need to take antidepressants, there is no shame in that. There is no shame